Hello and welcome back to another MLB The Show video. Today we're back on the Milwaukee Brewers March to October in the World Series. In the last video, we finished the sweep on the Dodgers in the NLCS. We haven't even lost yet in the playoffs at all, and we're looking to keep that going against the Cleveland Indians in the World Series. So before we get into it though, I kind of want to take a look at the Indians' road to the World Series and what their team's kind of looking like. So first of all, they won the AL Central, obviously. They're the only winning team in the division with a 94-68 record. Then you can see back out on this main screen here, their path. They faced the Houston Astros in the ALDS. They beat them after a full 5-game series to face the Yankees in the ALCS. So actually, I didn't even realize this. We were the only NLDS or the only division series matchup that didn't go the full 5 games. But anyway, then the Indians beat the Yankees in 6 games, and now they're facing us. So they haven't had nearly as dominant of a run as we had. So if we look at their roster here, their lineup screen, it's pretty much just anchored by their 2 main guys that it's anchored by in real life. Less so Jose Ramirez now. He kind of dropped off a bit this year, but still, both these 2 guys, Lindor and Jose, they're pretty much the main guys on this Indians team, and the rest are just supporting cast. But it's not like they're bad. I mean, they've got a lot of solid players here to support their 2 stars. And I just kind of want to take a quick look at their 2 main guys here. Jose Ramirez finished the year with 40 home runs, batting .327, driving in 126 runs. That is that's a pretty scary year that we have to go up against here in the World Series. And then Francisco Lindor actually did not have as good of a year. He still put up the power numbers, still drove in plenty of runners, but his batting average, his on-base percentage, slugging, it kind of took a little bit of a dip. You can see that in the OPS, the lowest of the last 3 years. And he might not be, I mean, he's still Lindor, so he's still a threat, but based on what he did in the regular season, he might not be as big of a threat. Now, I'm curious about their pitching here, because that's the thing that the Indians seem to always have plenty of, is pitching. So obviously they have Corey Kluber. They still have Trevor Bauer in this one at 91. Then they've got Carlos Carrasco, Mike Clevenger as their other main starters. They've still got Danny Salazar here in the rotation, so I guess they're still using a 5-man rotation. Then you look in the bullpen, and it's kind of interesting. It looks like they have Shane Bieber in as their closer. I think he was the closer all year. Yeah, he racked up 29 saves in just under 60 innings pitched. But just based on how our offense was playing throughout the playoffs up until this point, and how our pitching has been performing, this might be a big-time pitching matchup, and there might not be many runs scored. Alright, so now we've done kind of our little bit of scouting here of the Indians. There's nothing really else left to do except to jump into Game 1 of the World Series, tied 2-2, entering this game in the top of the 5th.
So let's check in with our field reporter Heidi Watney, who spoke earlier with some players from both sides about what it means for them to be playing in the World Series. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. As you might expect, these guys were beyond excited to get this World Series underway when I talked to them earlier. They absolutely dominated on their way here by sweeping the LCS in 4 games, and that has them feeling ultra confident about their chances in this Fall Classic. However, a number of the players acknowledge that the guys in the other dugout are going to be just as hungry for a world championship, so they know they are going to be tested every step of the way in this series.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki.
So in that little cutscene type thing there with Heidi Watney, it showed that comparison. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, that was the regular series, but the Brewers were better than the Indians in literally every single category. But that might not matter because Freddie Peralta's giving up a base hit to start. That's not what we wanted. As we were loading into the game, though, it kind of showed the line of the game so far, and it looked like Freddie Peralta gave up both runs in the first inning, and then he's kind of settled in here. And get there. Make sure Kluber gets out. All right, we get the first out. But Freddie Peralta, other than that first inning, he seems to be having a pretty good day. I think he's only given up 5 hits now with that leadoff hit. And that one gets past the shortstop Arcia. Not enough speed out there on second, going to third to get him home. But now I think we have to face Jose Ramirez. And he swung at a changeup low and in. Let's make the play, and we do. We get out of the inning without any damage. That was a nerve-wracker right there. Let's put up some runs. And Grandal draws the walk. Good at bat there, working all the way back from 0-2 to get yourself on first. That was a good pitch to swing at, and that one's hit pretty deep. I think it's going to go. Grandal's not stopping, and it does. Ryan Braun turning around the high fastball off of Corey Kluber and taking a 4-2 lead on the home run. What an at-bat from Ryan Braun. And of course, he's the one to come up big. One of our best players throughout the season, probably the biggest surprise. And he comes through here in a big spot in the 5th inning against one of the best pitchers in the league. Oh, he hung one there big time to Santana. That one's going to stay in the yard. Yelich should make the play, and he does on the warning track. We almost made a big mistake there to Santana. And Kipnis is going to go down swinging, drop third strike, make the throw to first, and Peralta's through 6 now. He's looking pretty good. And another pop-up to Grandal, getting Hanley Ramirez popping up, and we're through the 7th inning. Peralta having a great day. That might have been it, but we'll see. Oh, and Grandal got hit. I check swung on that, and I kind of got the little cheesy animation thing there to get plunked. Oh, I think I held up. Don't call me on that. Yes! 2 runners on now with no hits. That's what I like. Oh, with the bat just warped back into his hands. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits here for Peralta. We've got an opportunity here with nobody out to put up some big runs here. And Eric Thames, man, I swung at the first pitch, and he can't beat it out, grounding into a double play. Oh, man, that was awful. Lorenzo Cain, though, doesn't let the inning go to waste, and he gets that one through the middle of the infield to get that run home. I'm going to turn to Claudio here. I think everyone coming up in this inning is worse against lefties, so we're going to trust him. Oh, and he's trying to bunt on the first pitch. Oh, and Shaw, you got to come up with that ball, guy. Oh, and that was a really good pitch. And Tyler Naquin just muscles it into right field. I will take the double play, though, if he hits into it. I will sacrifice that run. And he gets it through. No. We can't even get any outs. And now we got Lindor up, and he's the go-ahead run. Man, Claudio didn't even do bad there. He just gave up that one bunt and a weak contact. But we got to bring in Jeffers. He dropped his mitt. You're not looking good here, guy. Oh my God, another one that just has eyes. Getting up through the middle, not even hit all that hard. Oh, and now we're only up 1, and we still haven't gotten any outs. This is horrible. And Jason Kipnis gets frozen on the splitter. That's a big second out here. And the curveball hung a little bit, but Kane should get there. Makes the play on the warning track, and we escape the 8th inning with our lead. I wouldn't want anyone else in the game at this spot. Josh Hader coming in with a 1-run lead, looking to close this one out just like he did so many times against the Dodgers and the Nationals. Oh no, stop getting those kind of hits. That's going to be the death of me, these little bloopers. That was such a good slider, and he just inside-outed it over the second baseman's head. You know, that hit might have actually been the first hit that Josh Hader's even allowed in the postseason. And we get Jake Bauers swinging on the slider away. That's a good way to bounce back here. And that one's hit softly. We got to make the play at first. Shaw gets the bare hand this time. I would have been heated if he missed it again. 2 strikes to a lefty. Slider time. Oh my! Ah, where did that miss? Ah. 2-seam inside, gets some grounding to short. Arcia makes the play, and we escape with another 1-run victory in the playoffs, in the World Series. This is just... I can't believe we keep winning these games by 1 run, but that's what happens when you have probably the best reliever in the game shutting the door in the 9th. Josh Hader has just been lights out when he comes into the game. That is going to do it, though, for this episode of the Milwaukee Brewers March to October. We took Game 1 of the World Series against the Indians. It was a nail-biter. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see the last few episodes of this March to October, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See how this one finishes out. See if we can win the World Series. But that's all I've got for you guys in this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.